It's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal chart analysis, and today I'll be doing one on Tina Turner. I'll be speaking on her personality traits, her characteristic traits based off of her chart, as well as how a lot of the placements in her chart had led to a lot of the success she was able to garner. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Please also make sure you hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And last but not least, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know. Whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone who loves Tina, or anyone who really loves this content. Now let's get right into the video, lovelies. Tina Turner was born on November 26, 1939, so this qualifies her to be a Sagittarius. With this placement, it just really described her in the best way. She's very much a peace-loving soul. She's someone who's endowed with art of eloquence. She's someone who loves to be very wise and intelligent, and if you look at her interviews, she is someone who does have a peace-loving soul, regardless of what she did go through, which was very sad. She still had this peace-loving soul, and she had so much wisdom and intelligence to give to younger generations that it was able to help a lot of people, and a lot of people looked up to her because of this. She's someone who loves to have fun, and that's Sagittarius energy. She's someone who's very merry and very witty and is always looking for adventure. This describes her all the way to the max because she loved being around the world and doing new things. So this describes her a lot. Next up would be her moon in Gemini. And with this placement, she's someone who's very cool, very witty, and charming as an individual. This is something that she very much is, and this is something that she was able to really show towards her audience, and that's one of the reasons why her audience really loves her. She's someone who chooses to have a social circle that is very close, and she's always on the move and always for the next challenge. She's not the person who will let her challenges or things in life really bog her down. She loves to intellectualize her emotions, and this is something we do see a lot in regards to her interviews. She's someone who's very optimistic. That's something that she was as well. Very curious, very quick-witted, very communicative, very much impressionable. And she was able to use this in regards to her career and really advancing it because a lot of people loved her and respect her because of the way she really carried herself. Up next would be her Mercury in Sagittarius. Even though this is a very difficult placement to have, she's someone who has a lot of liberal approach to life because of this placement, and she's someone who had a lot of tact and diplomacy because of this. She's someone who really didn't like fighting a lot or very much argumentative, but she is someone who is very straightforward and honest about how she felt. She's someone who loves to have great discussions, and she's someone who's very resolute about her convictions in regards to different things that she feels. Being able to talk with people and being able to communicate with people is something that she likes as well, and she really does benefit from that a lot. She's someone who is going to always believe in herself and stand up for herself regardless of what happens or what people feel. But because of this placement, she was able to articulate herself in a way that people were able to understand her. Up next would be her Venus in Sagittarius, and with this placement, this gives her her third placement in Sagittarius, and this makes her a Sagittarius stellium. So she really had a lot of Sag energy in her, and she just was able to really exemplify that. She's someone who's very liberal and open-minded. She wants someone in a relationship like that. She's very knowledgeable and very adventurous. She's someone who's very energetic and optimistic in her relationships, and she wants someone just like that in a relationship as well. She wants to learn and experience with her partner all the time. She's very idealistic and wants someone who believes in the same things as her. She does not commit easily, and she needs room to roam and be restless. She's very friendly and flirtatious, and she's a talented entertainer. And she's someone who's attracted to different people and different cultures. Up next would be her Mars in Pisces, and with this placement, she's someone who loves to combine her dynamic and her compassion together so she can really work through society in the best way that she can. Mars has a lot to do with drive, and this is what drives her. Having compassion for others and having love for others is something that she wants to show. And she always was able to express that in everything that she did, her compassion and love, and going after things in this way with that mentality is something that she was great at. She's someone who's very social and very analytical. Her talking to people, her being around people is something that she was very great at, and very analytical as well. She knew what was best for her and what wasn't good for her, and that's something that really benefited her in regards to her career and moving to a different country in order for it to really expand for her. Up next would be her Jupiter in Pisces, and this is a great placement for her to have. Jupiter is very great in Sagittarius, Cancer, and Pisces, and it is a planet of luck. So even though she did go through a lot of difficulty, she did have a lot of luck in her life. She is someone who had hope, growth, and expansion. She's someone who has a lot of positivity in her life, and that's exactly why a lot of things were able to happen for her, because she was able to get that through and just know that things would get better, and she was just able to get herself in great positions. She's someone who loves to help those who were less fortunate than her, and she's someone who was also going to be the best of herself no matter what happens. She's someone who's very much going to be devoted to her different ventures in life, and that concerns her easily at all times. Up next would be her Saturn in Aries, and with this placement, she's someone who loves to choose battles that she can win and build up her confidence. And this makes so much sense because Tina Turner, she was able to know which battles for her to win and which battles for her not to fight because it wasn't worth it. That's something that she was great at and something that really benefited her because she knew which things to really give energy to and which things not to. She's also someone who's very diligent and very modest in regards to how she does things. Some of the obstacles in her life was being set back earlier in life, and when she grows older, she was able to really get out of those setbacks. Like, she was able to do so many great things in her 40s, 50s, and 60s, even though in her younger years she may have gone through a lot, but in her older years she was able to benefit. She's someone who has ambition, willpower to get through anything, and she most definitely did have that. Up next is her Uranus in Taurus, and with this placement, she loves bringing out the definition of stability, security up for discussion. That's something that she loves inviting because Uranus is the planet of really getting change out there, looking at issues and trying to fix it. Having stability and security is something that people with this placement really love to talk about and how that should be changed in regards to getting it. She's someone who is going to make sure that she's going to do things that will really benefit her in the long run and not only for the now. She's willing to be patient. She's willing to have discussions about things that need to be done in regards to the stability and security needed, but she also wants it to get done, and anyone with this placement as well. So by her having this placement, she loves the effort to carefully research every decision and come to the right conclusion as well. Up next would be her Neptune in Virgo, and with this placement, she tends to be a very creative and intellectual genius. So Tina Turner, she was very much creative, and she was able to have that intellect needed in order for her creativity. If you look at all the shows she has performed, they were just very beautiful, very unique, and a lot of people till this day are inspired by her and the traits and the things that she does. She's someone who knows exactly what she wants and how to go get it, and she looks for the most minute detail to make sure that everything is perfect and great. She's also someone who wants to make sure that things in this life are perfect for her and things in this life go well for her. She's someone who may feel nervous or guilty at times, but the thing about it is she has to realize that not everything was her fault and that she deserves grace like we all do. Up next would be her Pluto in Leo, and she was able to get this placement because she was born between 1939 and 1957. She's someone who is noticed and appreciated to shine, and this is part of the baby boomer generation. That is basically what they were put on this earth to do, and that's the type of vibes and the type of message that they were given. They are the types of people who talk about individuality and creative expression. They love glamour. They love having big things, national pride, big business. Different types of vibes that come with this placement is very interesting. They're the types of people who love to have challenges thrown at them because it gives them a way to show off that they can overcome their adversity and overcome anything that they can be put through. So this really does describe that generation. Up next would be her North Node in Libra. And with this placement, in order for her to really gotten what she really was put on this earth to be, which I feel like she has, she needed to really develop these traits. So cooperation, diplomacy and tact, increasing awareness of others' needs, selflessness, giving support without creating or expecting anything in return, creating win-win situations, sharing with others, seeing things through another's eyes, communicating self-identity, being able to learn to listen to those around her, putting energy into building relationships that last, identifying with the diplomat within, being able to create harmony and beauty in her environment, learning to connect and share with others, beginning to compromise for her own happiness and fulfillment, and obviously great compromises, and being able to be independent from others as well. Up next would be her lovely Chiron in Cancer. So with this placement, she tends to maybe have the wound of family. So not being able to be loved or abandoned. And if you do hear about her life, you do hear about her relationship with her mother and grandmother. And it was not an easy one. It was a pretty difficult one, to the point that it did lead to her going into relationships that weren't the best, because one of the parents would say that that's what relationships are. Being in a bad relationship is basically the expectedness. So feeling like she didn't deserve to be loved and abandoned is something that really did carry on throughout her life. However, having self-love and nourishment is something that she was able to get at the end of her life, because she was able to get married to a man who was very lovely to her and gave her everything that she really deserved in this life. Up next would be her ascendant/rising in Leo, and with this placement, she knows how to take control of situations, especially social ones. If you look at Tina, you would see that she was able to do that in regards to her social life and her career life as well. She was someone who's very magnetic and she attracts others very easily. She's very self-aware of her effect on others, and she's someone who may appear as being bossy and dramatic. However, she's someone who's just very straightforward, and she just had a lot of fun, and she was just very direct. She's also someone who is going to speak her mind, and she is someone who was very much confident in herself, very expressive, and very creative and very warm-hearted. She's very much charismatic, very generous with others. She's very independent, and these traits really helped her in her persona in regards to who people perceived her as when they first met her. Last but not least is her midheaven in Taurus. So this is how she is presented in the public in regards to her career. Because of this placement, she's someone who is very consistent in her career, and we have most definitely saw her be consistent in regards to her career from a young age of to her older years. She's someone who's very reliable, very tactful, very pleasant, and very resourceful in regards to her career. She's someone who has the persona in her career as toughing it out, being in charge and spotting opportunities and taking it, and she did every last one of them. She did tough it out in regards to the things she went through, and she was always able to spot an opportunity, whether it wasn't in America, she would spot opportunities in other countries, and this really did benefit her. She's someone who believes that even in difficulties, that she should not throw in the towel and that she should be able to continue on, and having security really benefited that. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today on Tina Turner's natal chart. Please let me know down below, did you learn more about her? Did you get a better understanding as to why she was the lovely person that she was? Please also let me know down below what your favorite song was of her, and what was your favorite trait about Miss Tina Turner. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you hit that notification bell. Please make sure you hit that like button and that share button, and please make sure you are following me on all of my social media accounts, from my Facebook to my podcast under Abbie Dagrin, my Etsy store to my Instagram under Gaio Beauty, and my PayPal, which is linked down below. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.